Joey Logano, who recently won his third title in 7 years, prefers the current NASCAR Cup Series Playoff structure, although this is not widely shared among his colleagues. And some of the drivers have lashed out at NASCAR, asking for changes to the format. In one of the biggest storylines of the early offseason, everyone seemed to have a different idea on how to improve the way championships are decided after 36 races. The challenge to the 11-year status quo stems from 2 straight years in which the ultimate winner did not have the most comprehensive season, but excelled in all important moments throughout the last 10 races. Logano had 4 victories, but his 17.4 average finish was the lowest of any champion in NASCAR history, and the underlying statistics were as unimpressive. Logano, on the other hand, won in quintuple overtime at Nashville to qualify for the playoffs, won the playoff opener at Atlanta to advance to the round of 12, benefited from an Alex Bowman disqualification to advance to the round of 8, won the following week at Las Vegas to make the Final Four, and then won it all at Phoenix. Logano also won the non-points All-Star race in North Wilkesboro, which awarded $1 million. His teammate, Austin Cindric, believes Logano is not given enough credit for responding to the most important times. Joey won 5 races, and that has gotten lost in all this, remarked Cindric. That's a lot of freaking wins, and he won them at the right time too. That's an example of a guy that when he smells blood in the water, he rarely misses. For Logano to have fluked his way into the championship, it's now happened 3 times in 7 years, and his number 22 team has made it to the Final Four literally every other year since this format debuted in 2014. Everyone is going to have opinions on that, Logano said. I think we all need to understand why we changed it in the first place. The fans said they didn't like the previous format, so we changed it. Everybody loved it, and it was great. Now we're going to complain about it again. Come on, guys. Jeez. For decades, NASCAR employed a season-long points accumulation method, yet Matt Kenseth won the 2003 championship with only 1 victory, while Ryan Newman finished 6th with 8 victories but little consistency and several DNFs. So NASCAR created the Chase for the Championship, a 10-race points battle between the best points earners across 26 races, but Jimmy Johnson won 6 titles in 10 years, and some of those battles were also decided in the last race. They were motivated by Tony Stewart and Carl Edwards' tying finish in the 2011 Chase. The sport features a 10-race elimination structure that culminates in a 1-race championship format in which the best finisher among the 4 drivers wins. It emphasizes speedy victories and small sample-size eliminations, which former teammate Brad Keselowski claims is a requirement from NASCAR's television partners. I think we have media partners who really think the playoffs are great, and it's important to make them happy, Keselowski said. And there's some sentiment from fans about it as well that is important to recognize. So it's a difficult situation. NASCAR has grown more like stick and ball, with Martin Truex Jr. even admitting that the best statistical team doesn't necessarily win the title. 100%, 100%, Truex stated. That's correct. I think that's what they look at. Now, the only thing I will say, baseball, football, basketball, they all play on the same court every week. They're playing the same game. Racing is different. There are guys that will go to a certain track for years and will be the guys to beat, and it takes a while to figure that out. So much of it was about timing. It was good for us to go to Homestead when we went to the championship because we were good at that track. Now Joey is a 3-time champion and he's good at that track. It's the way it is. However, Keselowski shares a view shared by many supporters. You know what? We're not the NFL, Keselowski said. I don't know why we keep getting caught up in comparisons to other sports. We're in a lot of ways better because we have all of our competitors compete against each other every week. We have incredible fan access, great partners. I don't want to be the NFL. I don't want to be hockey. I don't want to be MLB. I don't want to be any of those sports. I want to be us, and if we can be the best us we can be, I think people will like that. However, NASCAR and its television partners are now committed to some type of playoff structure, despite senior league executives' expressed desire to change it next year. Keselowski says he has a fondness for the old Latford system, which was utilized from 1975 to 2003, but he would want the champion to be the one who wins the most races every year. I have a hard time as a competitor and a fan of the sport understanding how drivers with most wins routinely don't win championships, Keselowski told the press. I just don't think that feels right to me. I would like to see, if there were any format changes, more value on race wins as a whole through the duration of the season. Blaney proposed a 16-driver playoff based on championship points, followed by 2 playoff rounds in which the field is reduced to 8 after 5 races. followed by another 5-race point struggle to keep things tight at the finish. I would like to see a group of races to end the year where you are not going to have anyone run away with it, and you're going to have 3 to 5 races, and you're still going to have some really good competition going on, according to Blaney. But I'm not like a standing on the front lines wanting this playoff thing to change. It is what it is, but yeah, I think there's maybe tweaks they could think about. Points racing encourages the best average finish over wins, and one of the reasons a playoff was introduced was former NASCAR CEO Brian France's resentment of drivers getting out of their cars after finishing 4th and telling reporters they were happy with a good points total. At the same time, Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell won 6 and 3 races respectively this season but did not advance to the Final Four because 3 of the round of 8 races were won by drivers who were below the elimination cutoff. On the one hand, that's a clutch performance, but on the other, it only permitted one driver, William Byron, to lead in points won throughout the course of the season and the 3-race round. Byron defeated Bell and Larson in the last round, although with some aid from his Chevrolet factory mates, and advanced to the Final Four. According to Bell, top competitors throughout the season require a greater cushion in the playoffs. They said they want the playoff system in place, which is understandable, because it creates a lot of intensity and makes every race important, and I love that piece of it, Bell told reporters. Maybe the point system, adjusting the point system in a way that gets the best cars into the championship race, would be awesome. Denny Hamlin agreed, recommending that NASCAR simply pay extra playoff points for each race win, including those awarded to teams in the top 10 of the regular season standings each year. Give the guys that get 30, 40 points under this system, the Bells, the Larsons, they deserve to have a really good buffer there to make it through the rounds, Hamlin told ESPN. We're in a sport where you can get caught up in so many wrecks and things that can happen. I think what we're trying to get to, and the message we're trying to send, is make the regular season matter more, right? Those 26 races, it's proving to not be that substantial to winning a championship, and that's not something you want. So, my message to NASCAR would be make the regular season worth more, not just the championship and the points you get, because right now, the last 3 years you would say, the champion didn't have to do much in the regular season, and that's not good. Bell and Larson both advanced to the last 3 races, but clutch efforts in the playoffs removed them. Martin Truex Jr. was the regular season champion and top seed in 2023, but he was unable to run inside the top 10 in the playoffs, and still proceeded to the round of 8 due to the cushion his regular season provided. So the main issue with this approach is that Logano, Blaney, and Tyler Reddick won when it counted the most, eliminating others who won more frequently in the regular season but didn't in the playoffs. Logano inevitably said nothing, and he meant it. The only thing I would even remotely think about would be making it a 2-race points race for the championship, I guess, Logano told the media. But at the same time, I can talk myself right out of that. You have the big moment right there in the championship race. You have that Super Bowl feeling. Spreading that over 2 weeks wouldn't be as special, but having 2 races would give you the opportunity to come back if something happens that's out of your control. But I wouldn't change a thing. Many drivers and industry professionals have also urged a 3-race points race to end the season. But, much as Kenseth, Johnson, and Logano gamed each system, Byron believes everyone will modify the way they race in a new system, and someone will game that format as well. You're going to have your side effects with every change, Byron said. I feel like that would create new challenges or problems. When this format started with 1 race, winner take all, it's been super exciting. It's just the format we're in. I think there are better ways, but I feel like as drivers, we shouldn't really complain about it too much, because it's the format we're in, and we have to excel at it. What do you think? Should NASCAR make changes to the format? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.